Approaches shown in this module or lecture and videos would work in Santiago, Chile. So vertical cities? No. Honestly, I don't think they would, because there'd be too much reliance on elevators. And there'd be unhappiness created by what I call cement entrapment, which, you're stuck in this big cement building, and I don't think that would be very nice, having lived in what I've lived in. Green roofs and green roofs, green canopies, green walls. Yes, I think there's plenty of wall space, roof space, and plantable tree area that could be filled with that. So I think that's a definite yes. Green space per capita. Honestly, I don't think that's very approachable, especially if you're looking for parks. I think it's a really densely populated area, and it wasn't planned in a way that would support that. In a less developed city, I think maybe you could, but at this point you'd have to sacrifice existing infrastructure to create parks. Bike, walk, and hike trails, yes, I do think that's a very real possibility. I think, having been in Google Earth for a while, I roamed around on a lot of the streets, and a lot of them, from what I saw, had large medians, probably 20 feet wide, with bike paths on them, and so those bike paths could obviously be widened. The bike paths are only 3 or 4 feet wide, so they could certainly be widened for a future with increased traffic there. Restoring rivers and riparian zones, yes, I think that could be done. I think it's being done, and has even maybe been done. The Santiago Biofactory is filtering water entering the Mapocho River as we speak. It said that before the Santiago Biofactory, that there was only 3% of the sewage was being filtered that went into the Mapocho River. So that's already great progress being made. The idea of 50% of trips being made by bike, I mean, that's a maybe. I don't think anybody's actually accomplished that yet, but I think they've got the potential to have the infrastructure already. Because of those wide medians, they could really widen for the bikes, and maybe put up some walls to keep the bikes separated from the cars. And how to make the city more biophilic? Well, you increase the green space, obviously. Green walls, green roofs, and that gives you more clean oxygen, and it cools the area. Educate the public about green design. If you do that, then they're going to people who are more educated more educated about green design are more likely to vote for somebody who's going to push the agenda of green design, sustainability, and green spaces. You can increase the tree canopy, which is again going to bring the temperature down. It's going to maybe bring some animals in, some birds and some squirrels, and it's going to decrease the temperature, give more oxygen and clean air. You can put in more water features. That can have a small cooling effect, has a calming effect on people, and it can potentially draw birds that want to bathe in it, and maybe some other animals. You can create natural playgrounds that encourage kids to engage with nature. Maybe you build like a tree house, or maybe you build one of those living pools where half of it is an ecosystem that filters the water, and the other half, with a permeable barrier, is isolated for swimming. Maybe you could do more restoration and repair of buildings, do less demolition, and that results in less waste, which creates a more efficient city metabolism. So that's my ideas.